Hi and welcome to another video about remodeling my new house. If you're new here, my name is Angelica and I'm a wedding photographer by day, or photographer in general, and an illustrator slash sewer by night, I guess. So I make videos about printmaking, but also lots of videos about sewing, another one of my greatest ventures. And in this one we're gonna redo my new studio. Before this I lived in a very small apartment, like 35 square meters, and I lived there for 12 years. I did everything there in my living room, working out, sewing, illustrating, working on the computer, eating. I did everything on at my dinner table. And when COVID hit, I decided to go full-time with my wedding photography. I know it's a little bit of a weird timing, but I decided to go for my passion full-time and start working at home a lot. And I also realized that I needed more space because I also got more hobbies, like sewing. And if you sew, you probably do if you watch this, you know it makes a lot of mess and it takes up a lot of space. And my little house started to feel really small, and even it was already very small, but it started to feel even more small.
More smaller, whatever.
I realized I wanted to move to a bigger house with a garden and maybe an option to park a car, because I need a car for work, an extra bedroom that I could use for my printmaking and my drawings, but also sewing. That would be absolutely perfect. But I'm feeling very blessed, and this video is going to be about the studio that I'm gonna repaint. And well, it's not going to be finished because I still need to do lots of things to it, but yeah, this is already way too long. I'm sorry. A friend of mine watched my last video and he called it a movie, but this intro is already getting way too long, so let's just start. It's not going to be very exciting, but you know, still, here it is. Hi and welcome to my new studio. Well, you can't really see it because I am inside the cabinet, the built-in closet. But today I hope I'm gonna go and finish this wall that I'm painting here, that you cannot see. But it is a lilac color, purplish. Honestly, I am at this point, I've been moving for around a month. Got the keys some months ago, and I am really missing being creative. I mean, I've been painting a lot, but not like the good kind. And in this room, it is a really old house, and people have lived here for 50 years before I moved in. And downstairs has been renovated, but upstairs, this place has not. And that means the walls have what we call spachtelpoets, which is like a thick texture, that kind of texture that when you scratch, you can scratch your hands on, you know, or scrape your skin off, I guess, which is a pain in the butt to paint over, especially because all the walls are white, which is a blessing, I guess. I don't like white, I like colors, so and I thought I'd make this easier by picking a light color, but it's not as light as I thought it would be. It's still looking really bad, so I'm gonna do some more layers because I got some new paints, because besides sucking the soul out of you, it also sucks out a bit of paint. Here you can see what is happening with this wall, which this is such a pain in the bum. So in the other room I even used a little, it's not like a pencil, but like a little, anyway, to just fill this up, but it's like undoable. So just gonna hope the best with another layer. And I had planned to do this, but then I will run out of paint, so I just did this. But I think I'm gonna do this as well, because otherwise this looks weird. Okay, so painting this has been an absolute nightmare. This now has like 3 layers on top of it, and I keep on pushing paint into the tiny white holes, but it is undoable, and I know I have to be okay with this because otherwise it's going to take so much more time, and even then it might still not be perfect. So lesson learned for my next project, this sewing room, I'm gonna use an even lighter color. There's the pink downstairs, but I have like a full can left. I think I'm gonna mix that with white and make it a really light blush pink. So it's a bit warmer, because like I said before, I just don't like white. I feel it's just so sterile. So I would like a little pop of color. I'm gonna use a very light pink. And this is still quite dark. So you can see the white dots, you know, still a great contrast, I guess. So that's it for now. Now I'm gonna give the built-in closet another lick of paint before we can wallpaper it. So this might just be the worst painting job I've ever done. I'm going to try to fix these little lines and clean this up, but and maybe make the worst holes a little bit, you know, more pink, purple, whatever. Yeah, this is such a annoying wall. But as it is social housing and rentals, I don't really want to pay someone to do this, and for now I don't really want to do it myself either, to make it, you know, even. See if I can make this look a little bit better. Wish me luck. It's a bit brighter than I remembered. We'll see. Okay, so just like I thought, my iMac looks great with this pink lilac wall, but I'm just realizing that I have no clue what to do with this room. It is just, there's just so much space, and I don't really know what to do with it and how to empty all the boxes. And because most of my stuff I also kept in cabinets that I have downstairs, in closets downstairs, and some are moving up, like the brown old one. I'm gonna put it there in the corner, I think. And I don't know, there's still so much space. I mean, this room is almost as big as my previous living room, where I had this stuff as well, and several cabinets and a TV and a couch. And now I just have this. I mean, it is a little smaller, but it isn't much smaller. So I don't know, should I get more closets? Should I get another chair for my desk, for my other like drawing table? Should I don't know. I don't know, it's a little overwhelming. So I have been filming for the last 6 weeks or so, and I have now sort of edited the vlog, and it isn't as long as I thought it would be. I didn't really film a lot of things. The studio is still not finished, and I really wanted to finish this video when the studio was finished, but I quickly realized that the studio is probably going to be finished in another 6 months or so. So I'm just going to stop the video here, but I thought I would show you a few things that I made last week, and also talk a bit about the move and how I felt about it and how it feels right now, 2 months after I've moved in. So I wanted to start with the riso print that I made last week. I had filmed, but accidentally deleted the files, and also I think even though there are still stuff in this room, it's still a little echoey, so I hope the audio is okay. Sorry about that. I think I've talked about this before, but I'm going to this monthly evening at my local printmaking studio. They have this monthly evening where you can just walk in and experiment, and it's really fun. I've been going for years. I really try to make something new every month, and I think it's such an amazing, for me it really gave back my love for printmaking, but also illustrating, making things, and it's very dear to me, so I never skip it. Because I had 2 weddings after that, I didn't want to do anything that made my hands dirty, so I opted for riso prints. I was inspired by a bouquet of flowers that I got last week. I think this is such a cliche. I see it all over Instagram, and it is such a, not even Instagram, but also like art from, I don't know, the Dutch masters and something like that, stuff like that. But a bouquet in a vase is just very basic, but also very classic, so that's what I did. This house is a little bit more noisy, so you will hear the cars, but whatever. Here you can see that it has some leftover master from another printer, so that was a little bit annoying. You can see the several files, you can see this one as well. And this is with pink, so I printed this with 4 colors, which is yellow, green, blue and fluo pink. And it gave me purple and orange and some kind of teal color. Yeah, I do think this is very fun, but it's maybe a little bit too much to use it over here. So I am opting to hang one of these prints in the studio upstairs, and maybe a green one, or just green and blue downstairs. Also, I thrifted this beauty last week. It is so beautiful, and it's one of those West Germany vases, so I really love it. So this is the studio space now. As you can see, it's still quite messy. Lots of things here, like my sewing stuff, my sewing machines, and random things. I haven't really got time to clean it all up. And you know what I realized also is that I might have more room and more space, but I still don't have many more closets, and it's something that I really need. I have a small one over here, and I either want to get a bigger one over here, or maybe at this place, as I would. So my ultimate dream is one of those drawing cabinets. I really cannot come up with a proper word, but I'll show you a picture. That would be a lifelong dream, but they are quite heavy and hard to get, so something that looks a bit like it. I do really want to thrift everything that I get now, because I've got a lot of new stuff downstairs, and you know, not only does it cost a lot of money, we also have so many stuff already in the world, so I really strongly feel we don't really need to get more new things. And also what I realized is you'll get really cranky when you break things, or when you get scratches, and when something is secondhand, it's not that bad. And so I really have a strict second-hand only policy for my new stuff here. And you know, you just have to walk into something at the thrift store, so it's gonna take a while. So it's not nearly finished, but I can work here on this table, which now has all my camera stuff on it. But this is what I'm gonna use for sewing as well for now, and to draw, printmaking and everything. So that's nice. It will have a view of the garden, which is also great. Yeah, that's it for now. But I do really want to get more plants, more life into this, and get it tidy, but also more cozy, because now it's getting better, but it's not there yet. So that's the studio. And yeah, if you have any tips for organizing or whatever, let me know. And thanks for watching, I guess. I'm gonna be honest. I think for the last week or so has been the first week where I just really felt at home. But the 2 months have been really tough, to be quite honest. Maybe because I'm just a very sentimental person, or because I had lived at my other place for 12 years. I don't really move. I'm not really a kind of mover. Yeah, I am really a homebody also. And I was just... It's not necessarily the house, because I immediately loved having more space, a different ceiling, which is just a normal ceiling. It's just the best. I have one of those office ceilings, not sure how you call them. I'll show you a picture. And this is just amazing. I love having a garden. I love having an extra studio space that I, to be honest, haven't really used because I don't really have the time, as I'm also in my high season of work. I'm a wedding photographer, and but still, it is really nice. But just the location, I really missed living in a city center that I used to do, and felt also very lonely here. Just such a big house, and all my friends are busy, not really much to invite. Many mixed feelings. And for now, I think last week is just, it finally feels, oh yeah, I think for last week it finally feels good to live here. Getting used to things, getting used to my neighbors, like the kids. They can be very noisy. The building is from the 50s, it's very old. You can hear everything from everyone. Lots of cars coming by, or not lots of cars, but you can hear every car coming by very well, like this one. It's not even a car, it's a fan, but you know, that is something I really have to get used to. And also being on the first floor, and people can just look into my house, which is something very strange to me. I used to live upstairs in like a little nook that no one ever saw. So this is the other way around, but I am getting used to that, so that's nice. And I really love having a garden, and there's still so much to do. I have no clue a big house like this would be so much work. And it's also social housing, which means you'll have to do everything yourself, lay down like the floor, like the flooring of course, and the furniture, but also painting everything, the staircase. But it's also very fun to be able to look outside. Overall, I am getting more and more used to it, but it has been a very emotional process. Also, I have felt very upset, very not at home, and I really had to get used to it. And I feel like I am finally getting there, but every time I feel like that, something happens and I just feel very sad. And it has never been my old place because it was just very small, and even though I really love living there, I do really love this space and how I made it look like, because now I really can do what I want. And with the other one, it was a lot of old things from the previous tenant. And so I do really love this space, just location and everything like that. I really had to get used to, and it's finally getting better. I've just felt very nostalgic. I'm not going to make any more videos soon, I think. I'll have no time for sewing, and probably also not much time for printmaking. But I have to do remodeling first, and then edit all my wedding pictures. But anyway, I'll show you the old studio, and if you've watched anything so far, thank you so much. I know it's been a very long video again. I hope you're doing well, and thanks for watching.